The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the November 29th. January will be here before we know it, but right now it's just the November 29th edition of today's Trader's Edge show. Of course, this is Terrific Tuesday, and I'm grateful for your presence here. Kind of threw myself off track there, but look, right now we've got a mixed board out here. You've got the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. They're off 62, 8, and 67 points out there. The semis are down 2. You've got the Russell trading higher. The traders are trading higher. Gold's up $12. Silver's up 37 cents. Light sweet crude is up $1.88. Look, here's the deal. I would love to hear from you. So you can give us a call at 877-927-6648. We can take a look at what you're looking at, and I'll try to assist you with what my charts are communicating to us. If you have a question but you can't call in, you can always send me an email. Now, that you send to Steve at TFNN.com, and inside the subject heading, you would put radio show question. And then, of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started. By the way, a little programming note here. I'll be on vacation shortly after today's show ends. So basically tomorrow through Friday. So won't be able to host any shows then. And but I will be back to normal programming on Monday. So just kind of make that note out there. And so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's get started by taking a look at what's going on with regard to the ES Mini. And what we'll do here is going to flip over to this intraday, this little 10-minute chart out here. So this is courtesy of Tom O'Brien, OB1. And we can see that price is testing a swing point. Now, that swing point was formed at 3:30 in the afternoon on November the 28th out there. Now, obviously, we know that, it's holiday-ish type trading out there. The volume on that 10-minute bar was 28,000 shares. You've already done 41,000 shares. Now, if price closes below 39.60 and a quarter, and you'll see that here momentarily. So there's about less than 2 minutes to go here. Price is pushing through that level. What will occur is simultaneously, price will negate Rhodes Momentum Indicator and TD9 count bottoms on intraday time period charts. So I want you to keep that in mind. That's one of the reasons why I'm showing you this chart here. So again, we've got less than 2 minutes. Now, if price closes back above 39.60.25, then those lows will have held. Those patterns will still be in place out there, but price is pushing lower with volume. So even if it does hold, that means by 11:10, price closes back above 39.60 and a quarter. More likely than not, we're going to see another push down into that swing low. Whereas if it takes that out, that suggests lower price. So that's the setup for this morning. Now let's go switch over, take a look at our white background charts, and we'll get a feel for what's going on inside the ES Mini. And you'll see momentarily those bottoming patterns or signals out here. And they can begin with the 5-hour time frame chart, which had a nice TD9 count bottom. Price typically finds its way up to resistance. Well, in this case, it did. It was the first level of resistance here was the top of its profile, which was at 39.83. So now you can see that a price closing below that low, and again, that low out there was the intraday, which we were looking at 39.60 and a quarter. That'll negate this signal. Now, the next area of support, not that much further for the 5-hour time frame chart, that's at 39.50 and a quarter. I'd write that down in your pad of paper. Your price closes below that. That suggests that we had to lower price. Now, lower price to where? Well, if you caught the 11 a.m. update, we talked about new profiles that formed inside the ES Mini, the bottom of which is 39.39. So this is playing out like this. Again, a close below 39.60 and a quarter. Well, we already got that. So we got that close below that. That has negated the bottom pattern. Now, it doesn't really negate the 60-minute bottom pattern or the 30-minute right here, right? Because, and I say right, why doesn't it negate those? Because the close is only on a 10-minute bar, and these 60 and 30 minutes still could bounce their way up above 39.60 and a quarter. But not the most ideal situation that we're taking a look at if a bottom is forming out here. So the bottom of that daily profile would become a target. That target would certainly be would make sense to go tackle if we see a close below 39.50 and a quarter. That's the 5-hour time frame TD9 count breakout level. Below that, there's a TD9 count on the 4-hour time frame chart. Its area of support or its breakout level is 39.45.25. Again, that's still above the 39.39 area that we're looking at. The 120-minute chart had a TD9 count pattern as well. That is under attack. That's made its way back, or is making its way back to the 39.50 level out there. That's its breakout area. You see on the shorter term time frame charts what we're looking at here. Again, Rhodes momentum indicator signals that appear to be failing, but on the 60 and on the 30-minute time frame chart, what we need to do is wait for those candle sessions in. That's 11:30 and at 12 noon. Now, the 60-minute chart looks like it'll complete bar number 8 of a TD9 count. So as far as these intraday time period charts that we're looking at, that's the only one that I see right now that has the potential for a bottoming signal. Of course, the 30 and 60, the 240, the 5-hour chart, again, it closed back above 39.60 for their current bars, for their current time frame. For the 5-hour, that's 2 p.m. For the 4-hour, that is 2 p.m. as well. And for the 2-hour, that is 12 noon. Out there. So those would be the time frames that you'll be looking to observe to see what's going on. Again, 39, let me give you that right figure. I don't want to screw that up. 39, yes, 39.39 is the key level of support that you would be watching for inside the ES Mini. Let's go take a look at the Dow as well. So let's put up the charts for the YM. The YM also forming new profiles last evening. We'll go ahead and write this down on your pad of paper. That pad says that 33,429 is support. Resistance at 33,911. So kind of a narrow range out there. A close below the bottom of its profile. And we'll come back and take a look at this. A close below the bottom of its profile is going to suggest a change in trend. That'd be the same case for the ES Mini out there. So we've got the Dow charts here. They're trying to populate. I don't know what's holding them up. It must be the move lower that's holding them up. Here you can see at 33. So do I have the same profile? That's what I want to find out. 33,429. Yeah, 33,430. So on the daily time frame chart up here that we're taking a look at. Now, you can see that the Dow is going to form, or appears that it will form, a TD9 count at 2 p.m. Now, if it's going to do that, it needs to close below, at 2 p.m., it needs to close below 33,860. But on the Dow, you do have a TD9 count on the 5-hour chart that is forming. It's forming near the breakout level of support of 33,693. That's what you like to say, but it's still too early at 11:13 to make that total call. If we take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart, it completed at 10 o'clock a TD9 count bottom. That would say that a close below 33,767 negates that signal, and that would suggest lower price. On the 2-hour time frame chart out here, what we have is a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that's been triggered. Its breakout level of support is 33,693. What the 2-hour chart would need to suggest a bottom would be a bullish reversal candle. Same holds true with the 60-minute chart. However, on a 60-minute chart, we are now in bar number 8. So that says that a TD9 count could form by 1 p.m. In order to do that, the 1 p.m. close is going to need to be below 33,824 out there. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart says a close below, this would be at 11:30, a close below the price point of 33,767 will negate its Rhodes momentum indicator signal out there, and I don't see anything else to help us on the 10 and 15-minute chart. So in the case of the ES Mini, and we'll come back now, let me just switch over there right now real quickly here before we go to this break. You'll see the ES Mini and the Dow Equity Future Contract. This is our black background screen. What you'll notice here in the ES Mini, that's the upper left-hand corner, we haven't seen a close below the bottom of its profile. That's why we're suggesting a close below 39 would suggest a change in trend. And inside the Dow, it's the same thing. And that would require a close below 33,429. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 159, S&P 21, NASDAQ 115. The Russell is up 7 points. Let's go take a look at the 30-year Treasury. We'll take a look at the March 2023 contract out there. This is for John inside the Tiger's Den. And John, as we discussed yesterday, this looked like this was going to, not looks like it was going to, on a daily basis, that did complete a TD9 count top. And what took place yesterday, I should say, and the day before, the TD9 count top still remains in place out there. That remains in place unless price closes above 127.25. Now, what price did is also found resistance at 128.09. That's a TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Okay, so it's running a resistance, but because it also closed above the top of its profile, then at 126.15 out there, it closed above the top of its profile. It's really a bullish signal. So the overall signal in a daily time frame is neutral out here because price is held the top of that daily profile, got a TD9 count top, trading in a bear and yellow range. Now, what John wants to look at specifically, he's looking for bottoms here. He'd like to trade this to the upside. So we take a look at a 5-hour time frame chart. This has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It's got wave number 7, that's letter G. And what price has done this morning here, John, is a pulled back to support. And that's the bottom of its profile out there. And right now, of course, this candle does not complete until 2 o'clock. Right now, it shows as a hammer candle back at a level of support. So what we can say here is that there's a potential bottom because when you get a topping pattern, all it does is say price should head back to support. We see how price reacts at support at this stage here on a 5-hour time frame. It has tested and rejected. In the case of the 4-hour time frame chart, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So matching the daily TD9 count signals out there, getting up to TD9 count breakdown resistance. What we see here is a consolidation within inside the profile. So again, an area of support is held. The 2-hour time frame chart, not so much. What I mean by not so much, it has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. But what it's also doing is trading below profile out there. So this could suggest lower price. Now, that lower price be 125.08. we can't not make that call, not until we see price close below the low of the day. 60-minute chart, John, has a buy the D point pattern. It completed that with a bullish piercing candle. It did that about an hour ago, and that suggests that price should run up to its oscillator and change line. If the 60-minute formed a buy the D point pattern, well, then so too did the 30-minute. I don't have to draw the pattern in. I can see the bullish piercing candle that formed here. Now, what the 30-minute chart is telling us is that it's got that valid bottoming pattern, and price run right up into the oscillator and change line. And that's at the high of the day. And if price can take out that level here, John, well, it's not the high of the day, it's the high of the morning. That's what I should say. If price can take that level out, then we should see a further move higher out here. So you're looking for bottom signals out there. And the bottom signals really come from a buy the D point pattern for the 60 and 30-minute chart, and price holding support levels being the bottom of their profiles on the 5-hour and the 4-hour time frame out there. Clearly, though, a close above 128.09. 128.09 is the TD9 count breakdown level. Then we would, oh, wait a minute here. That's a ZB3. That's right. A close below that, a close above that would then suggest that this is moving to the upside. So hope that helps you out with regard to the detail out there, but certainly do have some signals to consider. I really want to see that 30-minute now close above that red oscillator and change line in order to suggest that this is more than just a counter trend move out there. So hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in. The next question coming in from Toomey Stocks out there. And SCHH is the ticker symbol. So let's get the daily, weekly, and monthly chart fired up on the screen here. Toomey Stocks is long at 1860. So let's go see where this is trading at right now. Sorry that it's taking just a tad longer to populate. But here we go. SCHH, which is the Schwab Strategic Trust, trading out at 1984 as we speak right now. Price is trading above its green oscillator and change line. That changed colors about 6 or 7 trading sessions ago. This could be a bullish test if price holds this area. There's a brand new profile that formed yesterday. In order for price to suggest that it really wants to move higher, you would like to see a close above 1991. 1991 is the center of that bullish structured profile that price closed below yesterday. If price closes back below that profile out here to me, that would then suggest lower price. That's the daily time frame, lower price to where. Now, do I see a top out here? Yeah, I see a sell the D point pattern. That sell the D point pattern formed here with that evening star that completed on November 14th. So you got A to B equals CD. This is more than a 1-to-1. A to B equals CD price projection. So you've got the top, but again, price just holding support. That oscillator and change line currently at 1976 is a real key level for you. On the weekly time frame out here, nice TD9 count bottom. You had a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the daily out here. Looks like you have a buy the D point on the monthly time frame chart. So the weekly chart, what you'd really love to see here is 2 consecutive closes, and that means this week you could get that with a close above 1988. So last week close was above that. If you can close above 1988 today, that's going to suggest a further move higher. Its price target, the weekly, is at 2284. The daily is at 2202. But in order for the daily to suggest that that's the move it's going to make, it needs to take out the resistance of that Three River Evening Star, and that's at $20.40 out there. So I hope that helps you out. I can't recall what you were looking. I don't recall if it was just look at it, or you were looking for something specific. I'm trying to find it if I can here. Not so easy to do. I can multitask, but my multitasking is somewhat... So I'm just going to go with that. If you have some other specific question that I didn't provide the answer for, please feel free to write back. Let's go to the next request out here. This is from Phil inside the Tigers Den. Now, we're going to switch screens here because Phil, well, let's do this. Let's do 2 things. Phil wanted to take a look at Goldman Sachs, so that's why we're going to switch screens out there. Because he's asking for fib levels. But the other thing we're going to do, and you can see I fired this up on the white background charts, is I want to see what kind of signals might be out there for Goldman Sachs as well. But first, let's go and take a look at the fib levels. So we take a look at Goldman Sachs on the daily time frame out here. Well, the fib level that I would take a look at, let's get that tool out here going. So I'm going to go from the low. That low I'm going to use is from October 13th all the way to what looks like is the high. Let's see. That is 389.58. This is 389.44. So it's the high here from the trading session November 15th. So the 0.382 retracement gets you down to 350.68. and a 0.618 retracement would be about 326.65. Now, what we can see out here on a daily time frame is there's a brand new profile that formed yesterday. And it's similar to the one before out here. So you got support at 376.45, resistance at 386.55. My recollection is, if I'm not mistaken, no, that was Coder who's looking to go short. That's on light sweet crude. Okay, so those are fib levels out there. I don't know if there's other fib levels that you're wanting if it's between this tight range, but let's not do that. Instead, let's go back to the white background chart. And if you need additional fib levels, just write back to me. Let me know what those are, and maybe I can post those inside the Tiger's Den. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that answer, let's go take a look at the 3-panel market update charts out here, the daily, weekly, and the time frame. What we see on a daily time frame is yesterday was a bear separating candle, and that confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, price is below the green oscillator and change line, so that says it's lost its momentum to the upside. Price should really get back to test the bottom of that profile, 376.45. On a weekly time frame, we've got the A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, but no bearish reversal candle, so that still looks pretty good. And the monthly for Goldman Sachs looks muy bueno. Price is above the top of its daily profile. It's above its green oscillator and change line. That says it wants to head higher. So in the case of Goldman Sachs, the real key level for you to be watching and observing is going to be 389.44. You close above that, you're headed to higher price. We'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You got the Dow off 174, S&P's down 23, NASDAQ 100 is off 121. Russell's still green, as are the trannies and the New York Stock Exchange out there. Let's get to our next question out here, and this is coming from Coder inside of the Tiger's Den. Coder wants to go short or wanted to go short or maybe went short. Light sweet crude. So that's what we're taking a look at. And Coder is focused on the hourly time frame. He's looking at A to B equals CD to the upside. Let me change to the black background charts. We'll come back to the white ones momentarily. I'll show you what Coder was looking for. Didn't get it, but makes sense with regard to what he was looking for, and that was oops, that's on this set of charts here. So it's a 60-minute chart for the January light sweet crude contract out here, and what he was looking at was the potential for an A to B equals CD to the upside to complete. Now, that still may complete out there. That is a pattern that is still in play as one possibility, and that gave him a price projection of 80.53. Now, Coder, let's assume that this were to carry out. What you really wanted to see, if price does that, if it was doing that, is this candle that formed right here at when was this? This was at midnight last night, right at the strike of midnight out there. Turned out to be a bearish shooting star candle. That's what you like to see at the completion of the A to B equals CD. So as price, we're nearing that 80.50 level, and didn't really get up there. Then what you'd be looking for is a bearish reversal candle to confirm that it's time to go ahead and sell that D point. The reason I say that is I want you to notice, again, this trade may not be there. We'll go back and we'll take a look at what it's doing right now. But at the time that you sent that message, you were looking at something like this out here. This, what you were likely looking at, shows that the retracement, the B to C retracement, is 37%, even less than a 0.382 retracement. Typically, not always, typically, those turn out to be more than 1-to-1 A to B equals CD patterns the upside. Now, as price was getting up to this prior level of resistance, that level of resistance was getting back to an area of resistance here with this bearish engulfing candle on a 16-minute basis. That was from 6 o'clock in the morning. That was on November 25th, so price got right up into that area, and that's where price rejected that range, and now price is now trading below its 10-minute, 60-minute profile at 78.38 out there. So at this stage, kind of questionable whether or not you'll get that Gartley buy pattern. But when the chart looked like this, what I would have been suggesting to you is that this is more likely than not going to do more than a 1-to-1 because of that shallow retracement out there. But the way that we know that the pattern is complete. As price gets up into those levels, what we look for is a bearish reversal candle to confirm the pattern out there. So that's what I see when we take a look at the 60-minute chart for the light sweet crude contract. Now, let's go back to those white background charts, see if there's anything else out there that we might be able to assist anybody with regard to light sweet crude. And the first is the daily time frame. Daily time frame has a confirmed TD9 count bottom. It will complete that TD9 count bottom as long as price today closes below 80.95. So 80.95 will give you a TD9 count bottom. Now, what this suggests here is going long, not short, because price should make its way up to the 80.32, 80.84-ish area out there. That's on the daily time frame chart. The 5-hour time frame chart has a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, as does the 240. You have a TD9 count bottom on the 2-hour time frame chart out there. No topping pattern other than, well, I take that back. No topping pattern out here, other than price getting back to that TD9 count top that formed out here on the trading session of the 2-hour chart. That says that the resistance level of 79.90, a close above that, would suggest higher price. Here on the 2-hour time frame chart, price is pulling back and testing its red oscillator and change line. If price were to close below that, then what we're looking for is a further move lower. What do I see here right now on the hourly chart? A TD9 count top that formed at 6 o'clock this morning, so that is still in place. It's what's been added to it, or appears that will be added to it. That would be the Rhodes momentum indicator top, but that will not be complete until 12 noon. It's only 11:34. Things could change in that time period. On a 30-minute time frame, this has been providing really great signals of tops and bottoms using the TD9 count system. So you can see that a TD9 count top formed at 12:30 yesterday. That held. That led to a TD9 count bottom that formed at 7:30 last night. Then price moves, or was that last night? That was, on the 28th. Then price moves higher, forms a TD9 count top. It does that at 12:30 this morning out here. You've got another TD9 count top that forms at 7 o'clock. Today is the 29th, isn't it? Yeah, the 29th. Another TD9 count top. So maybe the next bottom out here, just maybe, it will be a TD9 count pattern. There's nothing in place right now to suggest that that is a pattern that is unfolding out there. So again, with regard to light sweet crude, I get the A to B equals CD pattern. My suggestion would have been to wait for the bearish reversal candle. We didn't get that. Price made a beeline to head south, but I don't see any key levels of support having failed just yet, other than the 30-minute time frame, which was at 78.31. So that did break that one key level of support. That was the breakout level. So I hope that helps you out with regard to light sweet crude. And thanks so much for the request. Now, I believe I've gotten to all of the requests inside the Tiger's Den. But if there's something that I didn't get to, if you'd be kind enough to type that back in or make me aware of it, that would be a wonderful thing. Looking at the emails, one here from Vic E. Vic says, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love that. I'm sure I will listen to some of his music on my flight tomorrow morning. Do I like buying coffee to hold for a couple months? If yes, where would you enter? The only associated vehicle I'm aware of is JO. Seems thinly traded. Please advise. It is thinly traded. So I have to share with you, I am long coffee. So your question was, do I like buying coffee to hold for a couple months? Well, until we see some type of patterns out there. So in order for me to go take a look at coffee for you, I need to close down these charts, make a quick change to my data feed out there. That's what I'm going to do for you. So we'll take a look at those charts. It'll answer the question for you, well, why does Stevie like coffee out here? And I'm not a coffee drinker. But I do like coffee, especially when the patterns form. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to turn over to the coffee charts. We'll get those populated momentarily. These are going to be a fresh set of charts that pop up here. We take a look at coffee. It is the March 2023 contract that we are trading. That is what is made up inside of the Joe ETF out there. Joe today, I think, is up 2 or 3%. Where is Joe? Where am I at? I'm on the white background screen. Okay, so we're just letting these populate here, and as soon as that is done, which is post haste. Okay, so yeah, Joe is up 3.5% as we speak. So we take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here. There's nothing in the monthly chart that I like about coffee. Plain and simple. Price is below the bottom of its profile, so that does say that price could get back to the 118 level. However, what I do like is the weekly time frame chart. What did the weekly time frame chart do? Well, it formed a TD9 count bottom. So the real key next level of test, the next key level of test, man, sign me up for grammar school, would you? The next key area of resistance is the oscillator and change line. Typically, when you get a TD9 count bottom, you see price make its way up to that oscillator and change line. So the next real key area here, Vic, is going to be 179.11 or thereabouts. It's going to change as price moves up and down. But your guide area is around the 179.11 level. So I like that weekly TD9 count bottom. That says, yeah, we could have an intermediate term trade out there, and if price can close above 179.11, then we're looking at 194, 208, 224. Again, we're looking at the coffee March contract on a daily time frame. What we like is that this formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom to go with the weekly TD9 count. Now, what may be forming is a small A to B equals CD to the upside. That small A to B equals CD to the upside looks like this. Let's go from A to, I grabbed the wrong tool. Stevie, why'd you do that? So there's your A to B, and now we'll just move that over to the C area. The 1-to-1 price projection area on the A to B equals CD pattern that may form today will get us up into the 172.65. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we're having a cup of Java. That is Joe. That's the ETF. We haven't taken a look at that. Trying to answer a question out here. And that question coming from Vic E. And his question really is, well, first, do we like coffee? So we covered that by taking a look at the longer-term charts out there. And this next question is, where would you enter from a long trade out here? So as we take a look at the intraday charts, 10-minute, you've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that is present. The 15-minute, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that is present. The 30-minute TD9 count top that is present. You might even get a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. TD9 count top on the 60. So all four of these bottom panel charts out here, Vic, are suggesting that we should see some type of pullback. That pullback would either be to form a bottoming pattern signal like a TD9 count, or just simply pulling back to support. So where's the first support level? First support level is going to be 168.14. Below that, that's a 15-minute TD9 count profile level. Below that, 168.05. That's a 10-minute chart. Below that, 167.07. Between 167.07 and 167.64, it's a bullish structured profile. So I like that a whole lot. In that range there, between 167.07, 167.64 out here. 166.44 is the top of the 60-minute profile. Because this is a bearish structure profile and price closed above it, the ultimate buy out here, and I don't have a signal to suggest that it's going to get there, would be when coffee, the March contract, gets down to 165.22. Now, I can pull up the Joe charts, but they're not going to be this specific. So you really need to, if you're going to trade coffee, Vic, and I hope that if you do, that you're getting access to the coffee futures contract, because that's where you really be able to need to that's where you really need to be able to make your decisions from as price moves back. So all that I can provide to you right now, I can, one, share, yes, I do like coffee and I'm long. Two, that the short-term time frame charts are offering a glimmer of hope that we might see a pullback. All that I can provide to you right now are those support levels established by those TAS market profiles. So I hope that helps you out with regard to what coffee is doing, and thanks so much for writing in. Now what I've got to do is reconvert back to a different data feed. But to avoid an error message, I went ahead and changed that to the NQ out there. Although that's going to change as well. Let me just, while I'm, and so by the way, just as long as I've got a few moments of time here while I get the computer system reset up. Again, I will be on vacation. That begins this afternoon, really tomorrow through Friday. So we'll not be able to host shows as I'll be completely out of town and out of touch out there. And but I will be back for normal programming on Monday. So if you do have something you want me to take a look at, go ahead and send me an email. Send it quick. Send that to Steve at TFNN.com. And obviously inside our Tigers demo, any and every ping will do. So what the heck is going on here? Let me change this. Let me see if that speed things up here a bit. I don't know if it will. So in the meantime, I don't have any other questions that I see at this stage here. Just make sure. Valley has broken out, projecting the swing point higher. CNBC, Kathy Woods. Okay, so I don't see anything here that's a request for me to take a look at. So Rahul says, "Oh no, Steve, Lightspeed Crew, we just did." So I can't go back to Lightspeed Crude again, Rahul. So we went through that in a pretty decent. Yeah, we did crude oil. We did that. So I don't want to redo that just simply. But we do have a request here from Dan. And Dan, I'll get to that. I do not know what's going on with my system here in these charts. Let me see if I can close that out. Don't like to do that. There we go. Okay, so now let me get my 3-panel chart up here. This might work. And Dan wants to take a look at, crude oil. Yeah, we looked at Lightspeed Crude. So SBSW is what we're going to take a look at as soon as these charts here will populate. SBSW is, so now we got Goldman Sachs, we got SBSW. So as we take a look at this is Sibanye Stillwater Limited. Trade out at $10.74. Dan, well, what's your question about what are you looking for here? I see price trading above the top of its daily profile, above the top of its weekly profile, and consolidated potentially inside the monthly profile. So next level of resistance appears to be 1179. 1179 is the top of that monthly profile out there. As you take a look at it, and above that is 1226. So back down to these charts. What do we see here? Boy, what a huge island bottom pattern this thing formed out here. This is on the trading day of November the 3rd. So price is trading into a prior swing point. That prior swing point had volume of 3.1 million shares. So far today, you're up with 1.6. So you're pushing in a swing point with volume. That's a beautiful thing. You're trading above the top of the weekly profile out there. That's a yes higher price. Again, consolidating with inside the monthly. If we take a quick peek here at the 30 minutes, SR, March target, I am long, PL. Okay, platinum. Let's take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart. This formed with a nice TD9 count bottom. It did that last night going into the close. I'm assuming Dan is an aficionado of the TD9 counts. He may have taken a long position there. And boy, what a nice gap to the upside you've got. So no topping signal or anything on the 30-minute time frame chart. Everything looks pretty good. You're pushing into a swing point on the daily time frame. So it does look like this wants to continue to move higher. Again, no topping patterns whatsoever. Platinum, the March contract, let's go ahead and get that up here. That would be, this is, okay, why didn't it like that? PL. Okay, so I've got an issue here with the system, and let me see, can I pull platinum up a different way? Platinum H23. I can, so I can't get on my, no, I cannot. That doesn't sound like the right contract, perhaps, out here. March target, you are a long PL. Maybe just long PL, the ticker symbol PL. Is that the case? And Stevie's trying to read into things that aren't there. So let's take a look at this. Your long PL. Okay, that is Planet Labs. Okay, well, eventually Stevie will get there, Satish. So Planet Labs right now, let's get this to populate on our screen here. You can see it is consolidated with inside its daily profile. That's between a range of 509 to 546 out here. Now, at the bottom, at the lows, this looks like it may have formed a either buy the D point pattern. Yeah, that's the pattern that was in place out here. That formed a buy the D point pattern out here. What has that led to? Not much. Nothing that I see of significance from a topping pattern on a daily standpoint, but yet price is still consolidating with inside that range. Again, 509 to 546. Also consolidated inside the weekly areas between 437 and 558. So 546 and 558, those are definitely clear resistance levels. That if price can close above, should lead to higher price. The higher price target would be $5.97. Price might push into a swing point. That swing point would be from November 15th. That has volume of 2.5 million shares. Today, so far, you're only 268,000 shares. So you're pushing into, or this may be pushing into a swing point with lighter volume out there. But right now, Satish, all you're dealing with here inside of Planet Labs is a consolidation inside the daily time frame. Now, on a 30-minute basis here, as we take a look at Planet Labs, you can see this has formed a TD9 count bottom. So that suggests that price should at least make a run for the 537 level. You've got to clear 5.25 first. If you can do that, you're off to 537. To the downside support, watch 516. A close below that is going to suggest lower price. And that lower price could take you all the way back to the lows from the November 21st area. So Satish, thanks so much for taking the time to write in. I hope that helps you out with regard to Planet Labs, and best of luck to you there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So in my infinite wisdom of deciphering messages, I totally blew that one. The ticker symbol that we were supposed to be looking at for Satish is MAR. That's what we've got up on our screen right now. That is Marriott International. And as we take a look at Marriott International, it does have a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. It took out a swing point. It did it on November the 11th. That 1-to-1 price projection is the 170 level. It should get, what price is doing right now, it's just been consolidating sideways. You're above the profile level. You'd love to see this stay above its green oscillator and change line, which is 161.33. But you do have a confirmed A to B equals C to the upside. Nothing showing up as real resistance in the weekly chart other than prior swing points. So you got a bear shooting star here from August 19th. That swing point high is at 166.56. That is a resistance level that if price can close above, you should be off to the races to the upside. TD9 count on the monthly contract that took price right back to breakout support at 131.66. Price right now consolidating inside the weekly profile. So sorry about that, Satish, but I do hope that helps you out with regard to what Marriott International is doing. We had a request to take a look at Tesla. Let's see if we can get that fired up here on our screen. TSLA. This is for Yvonne. Yvonne says, have a wonderful vacation. We will. Please analyze Tesla. So let's see if we can get these stock charts here populated. TSLA, of course, is the ticker symbol. Tesla right now is trading out at 182.33. It is consolidating, Yvonne, between its daily profile. That's between 169.65. That's support. Resistance 197.36. This does have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. Price should be able to make its way to 197.36. The weekly chart has a TD9 count bottom. That says price should make its way to 210. The monthly chart, man, that's a slight problem. The swing point that it's going to take out had volume. This is May of 2022. Volume there was 1.9 billion. So far this month, where are we at? 1.7 billion. Okay, so it may be taking out that swing point with lighter volume. That doesn't mean it doesn't have an A to B equals CD to the downside. But right now, the daily and the weekly charts for Tesla suggest that they want higher price out there. So thanks much, folks. Listen, again, I will not be here tomorrow through Friday, but we'll return on Monday. Stay tuned for some great programming. Be safe out there. Thanks for joining me today, and have a terrific Tuesday. Take care.